Apparently, I didn't know what I was doing, but now I do. So I decided I'm gonna show you guys. Now we got a bumper and a fender that we have to paint. So what I'm gonna do is show you on the bumper how I was doing it the wrong way, and on the fender how to do it the right way, and the difference. For those of you who tune in regularly, you know I stopped using my one visit modifier on my metallic colors because I was having issues with my blends. Now, for those of you who don't know what a one visit modifier is, it's basically an additive that my paint line has that allows me to shoot all 3 coats at once. I'll show you. And on this panel, on our bumper, I'm going to show you how I was doing it and the issue that it was causing me. And then on our fender, I'm going to do it the right way. So that's our first coat, right? That's our coverage coat. It's how I would normally do it. Then with our one visit modifier, we can go right on top of that and start blending our color out. And this is NH640M or B640M, something like that. It's a blue metallic. You can obviously see the metallics in there. Now, on our last coat, we would do our drop coat or our orientation coat, which is when you turn your pressure down and you correct the orientation of your metallics. This way you don't have any modeling or any inconsistencies in your coverage or anything like that. So that's how I would normally do it. Once this flashes off, it'll be pretty obvious what the problem was. It should be pretty obvious what's wrong here. And before someone says, oh, well, that's your sealer edge, it's not. I promise you that's not because of our sealer edge. I shot my sealer reduced, and I also sprayed my reducer over my sealer edge. The problem is we're getting this line because with the one-time modifier, it adds so much volume to the paint that if you go on your coverage coat just to the edge of your sealer, it's actually the base coat that builds here, and you're not able to correct that by dusting your color out. So I'll show you how to fix this, but before that, let me show you the right way to apply your paint with the one visit modifier on this fender. After doing a little bit of research, I realized right on the TDS, it says with the one visit modifier, you have to reverse blend. For those of you who do not know what reverse blending is, it's basically when you take your first coat, your coverage coat, as far out into your blend panel as you want your blend to go, and then you step back with every single coat. So here's our fender. We're gonna throw our 3 coats on, and we're gonna reverse blend this panel. Our sealer ends right there, about in the middle of the fender. Okay, that's our coverage coat. Now here comes our second coat. Instead of blending all the way out here, I'm going to step back and blend about to where my sealer ended. Okay, now we'll do our drop coat. All right, we got our pressure lowered. And then I'll just give one little dusting on our drop coat over the whole panel. And that's it. Once this dries, we'll see if we have any line like we did on our bumper. Which now I'm going to show you how to fix. As always, we have our Kovacs K1000 on our 3M foam block. And what I'm going to do is just sand down right at that line. Now, even if this were a metallic color, if I went back into my color from here, that line would still be visible. So unfortunately for us, sanding this down isn't going to be enough alone. You'd be surprised how much freaking volume that one visit modifier really adds to the paint. Aside from the volume that it adds to the paint being a reason why we have this line, it also affects the drying time. So essentially, that edge is drying before the paint has a chance to flow out, which is also contributing to that horrible straight line going through our panel. I finished sanding that down and I threw some clear blender in our gun. And what I'm gonna do is put a dry coat right on top of where I sanded. So kind of like a drop coat, you don't want to put it on wet. You want to leave some texture for your next coat to build on top of. This way it'll level out those two surfaces. All right, we switched back to our color and we're gonna do the same exact thing. Throw a nice dry coat right over where we sanded and put our clear blender. We'll let that dry and then check out how it looks. In the meantime, let's see how our fender's coming out. You can see it's almost completely dry and there is no sign of a sealer edge, or in this case, a color edge anywhere. And all we did differently was reverse blend. I bet at this point you would have thought that we completely killed that line, but I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. It's still faintly there. So what you need to do now is apply one wet coat and blend out on that wet coat as if it were one of your coverage coats. Make it nice and wet like that. Then we'll lower our pressure and we'll do a drop coat right on top of that. And then what I'm gonna do is one final pass right over that line. Now you can see clearly that line is completely gone and our fender is completely dry and looks absolutely perfect. All right, so while we clear this thing, I want to tell you guys something. And I was debating telling you guys this now or leaving it as a surprise. But honestly, I'm so excited I can't even contain myself. I'm just going to tell you guys. I officially have something set up where I will be traveling to Texas to help out a shop that reached out to me on Instagram to paint 2 show trucks. And I'm going to record the entire thing. It is going to be freaking awesome. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. And here is our finished product. You can see there's no sign of that line going on anywhere. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you got any value out of it, or if you were entertained, if you could, drop a like, comment, or maybe even subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it helps out the channel a bunch. Until the next time, peace!